What's going on, YouTube? It's the Game Zombie here. I wanted to talk to you guys about this new gamepad that has apparently leaked last week at the GameStop Expo in Anaheim, California. There's a bunch of pictures on the internet of this weird, lopsided, funky looking thing. It's wired. It just looks atrocious. And I wanted to get you guys' opinion on it. Now, it's being developed by manufacturer PDP, or better known as Performance Design Products. They're the makers of the Aftershock Glow controller. If you're not familiar with it, you can go at any GameStop, and it's this ugly, clear looking, controller that has a bunch of little LEDs in it. It looks like one of those little kitty toys, the ones that are vacuums that pop around when you move it and have like wheels in it and whatnot. I think they're ugly as hell. Never owned one. Never had a desire to own one. They're just ugly to me. But let's talk about this controller. Now, there's no D-pad. There is a series of micro switches in it that are basically buttons on every point or axis of where the joystick would be. So there, instead of side to side, up down, and in the corners, there's these little buttons, and that's supposed to emulate the axis of a arcade joystick. But if you wanted to use an arcade stick or a fight stick, why wouldn't you just use that? Why would you use a worse or inferior version of that? So that's one thing. And then the next thing is the buttons. Okay, now your standard four buttons are on the right side of this gamepad, but now the L1 and the R1, or the trigger buttons, are on the side too. So you would have to, you'd have to acclimate to this whole new layout, uh, just for this one game. I've been to a bunch of tournaments around Sacramento and Northern California. I've seen a version of this. I believe it was for Street Fighter. A couple people use them, but not many. You watch, big, regional tournaments, or national tournaments, fighting games. Evo. You see a lot of wired controllers to cut back on latency or input lag, but and fight sticks, but you don't see too many of these. There's not too many professional tournament players, or A plus tournament players in fighting games using this style of remote, and there's a reason for that. I personally think it's ugly as hell. It's probably going to be priced around $35, $45, maybe even $60. And I wouldn't use this thing if it was free. That's just how I feel about it. It's just a waste to me. If I, really wanted to go the extra mile and switch things up, I'd use one of my fight sticks. But I personally prefer just the console controllers. A bunch of buddies of mine either use fight sticks or these controllers. But the one main thing is, when they're using console controllers, the D-pad is an absolute must. I mean, I always use the D-pad when it comes to fighting games. I can't stand the way the joysticks feel when it comes to, doing like rolling fireballs, left down right, or right down right, or any of that stuff. I can't use the joystick. The D-pad is a must. So from every single angle, this controller is just a big no for me. I would much rather prefer a NetherRealm, to be pushing a third party to make another fight stick like they did with MK9 a couple years back. I saw a lot of people picking those up, and they look cool. They had cool graphics, they had like the flames and explosion and all that stuff. I think Scorpion was on it, maybe not, but they look cool. This thing looks hideous. Now, PDP did say that it's not final, nothing's set in stone, and that this lopsided, hunk of crap isn't the official, model that's going to be distributed. It's still in development, blah, blah, blah. But who knows? Maybe still in development means, yeah, it's going to look like this crap, but, we're going to have some different, art on it or logos or whatever. Who knows? Um, Mortal Kombat X is still a good 6 months away. So, like I said, it's still up in the air. But hopefully, this isn't the only controller that they're going to be pushing. Hopefully, they have a fight stick or something else coming out. But those are my thoughts on it. And I would love to hear what you guys think. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you unsure about it? Are you on the fence? So, thanks for listening. And as always, subscribe.